大谷翔平選手がまた一つメジャーの歴史を塗り替えました。投手として自身初となる4月の月間 MVP を受賞。月間 MVP についてはこれまで打者として6度受賞してきましたが、今回は投手としての受賞です。野手と投手の両部門で月間 MVP を獲得したのはメジャー史上初。大谷翔平選手は自身2度目となる右肘手術を乗り越え、今季は3年ぶりに開幕から投打二刀流としてプレーしています。それだけでも大きな注目を集めていましたが、実際のマウンドで見せた内容は想像をはるかに上回るものでした。4月15日の登板で5回に初めて自責点を許すまで、開幕から16イニング連続無失点。さらに昨年8月27日から続く無失点記録は32回と3分の2にまで伸びました。5試合以上に先発した投手の中で防御率はメジャー全体トップ。さらに開幕から5登板連続で6回以上、被安打5以下、自責1以下、被本塁打0を全てクリアした史上初の投手としても話題になっています。投手大谷翔平選手はいきなりメジャー最高峰の存在として再びその名前を刻み込んでいます。そんな中、ドジャースは今日からヒューストンに移動し、アストロズとのシリーズに入りました。そしてこのカードで注目されているのがドジャースの先発ローテーションです。月曜日は山本由伸選手、火曜日は大谷翔平選手、そして水曜日はタイラー・グラスナウ。まさに2026年のサイ・ヤング賞候補が並ぶような超豪華ローテーションです。これは野球界最高の1、2、3番手ではないかと MLB ファンの中でも話題となっています。中でも注目はやはり明日の大谷翔平選手です。ロバーツ監督は大谷翔平選手が二刀流で出場する予定であることを明かしています。投手として月間 MVP を受賞した直後の登板、大きな注目が集まっています。
I'm curious, Eric, how you think that they handle Shohei when he's on the mound as the season goes forward.
I think they're going to experiment, go both ways, and just see if there is anything that, if there's a trend or if something is better than the other. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to what does Shohei want to do? The argument for him not hitting when he does pitch is maybe you spend more time in the dugout focusing on the pitching. And that means in between innings, you can go over hitters. You can talk to your catcher or your pitching coach about how you're feeling, what kind of stuff is working. You don't have to worry about hitting. And, at the end of the day, you're not running around standing on the bases or anything, because that's something that, again, can all impact the pitching. Look, the reason that Shohei was signed for what he was signed for, besides being one of the most popular athletes in all of the world, was because he's going to hit and he's going to pitch at an elite level. So at the end of the day, it's all going to be about what Shohei wants to do. But I do believe that they will use this season to kind of try and figure out if there is something that is better than the other.
There's got to be a give or take. And what I mean by that is the communication between Dave Roberts and Shohei Ohtani. And I agree with you 1,000%. Ultimately, it's his decision, but he's got to be able to trust his body. This is a man that's had 2 major elbow surgeries. There will not be a third. He's too valuable of a weapon offensively as well as on the mound. But I can tell you what, EK, you've been watching him throw. He's a max ever pitcher this season. You're seeing his fastball life live at 98 to 100 miles an hour. The slurve is at 92 miles an hour. He is trying to rack up strikeouts. So far, 30 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts. He is gunning for that Cy Young. So I know that he's struggling and he's chasing pitches down in the zone. But once he starts to cover that baseball, I think they're going to allow him to pitch and hit on the same day. I think it's just a totality of this, him struggling and not getting off to the Shohei start that we know and love. But if he has a chance to win that Cy Young late in the year, they're going to definitely get him 5 starts in the last month.
試合前には佐々木朗希投手や大谷翔平選手が今シーズンからアストロズに加入した今井投手と挨拶を交わす場面もありました。一方で打者大谷翔平選手はここ最近やや苦しんでいます。本来の打球角度がなかなか出ず、打撃面では不調が続いている状況です。今日の試合前には練習の時間に球場でフリー打撃を実施。敵地でのフリー打撃は異例とも言える行動で、復調に向けた強い意志がにじむ練習となりました。55スイングで柵越えは22本。数字だけを見れば十分すぎる内容ですが、現場には独特の緊張感があったようです。現地で取材をしていた横山記者は、ケージに近づく中継カメラを遠ざけるなど、緊張感のある打撃練習でした。序盤は打球が上がらず、 徐々に理想的な角度が増え何度もうなずく場面がありました。と、その様子を伝えています。その後、すぐに明日の登板へ向けた準備へと移っていきました。だからこそ、ファンの間では、その忙しさが打撃に影響しているのではないかという心配の声も出ています。今日のドジャース先発は山本由伸投手。1点リードの初回にいきなり逆転を許しましたが、2回以降はしっかりと立ち直りました。6イニングで95球を投げ、毎回の8奪三振の力投で3失点。今季6度目のクオリティスタートで3勝目の権利を手に降板しました。そしてドジャース打線は今日大爆発。1回から先制点を奪うと、序盤からフリーランド選手やタッカー選手のホームランで山本由伸投手を大量援護。8、3でドジャースが2連勝しています。山本由伸投手が3勝目を挙げています。大谷翔平選手は3打席無安打1打点2四球でした。試合後ロバーツ監督は、大谷翔平選手の明日の予定の変更を発表。これには、ワトソンさんも速報で投稿しています。
We saw about Shohei pregame. Just what were you seeing from his at bats?
Yeah, I thought in that fourth at bat, he was starting to feel something a little bit. I thought it looked better. I think he took a walk right there, and then he had the lefty where he flew out to center field. So he's working hard. He was out there early today. There was some good, some not so good. Tomorrow he is just going to pitch. I think tomorrow we're just going to, I just decided that just kind of watching him, just give him the opportunity to focus on the pitching, rest his body, and then, we'll figure out who's going to be the designator tomorrow.
So you make during the game as you're watching him? Or
Yeah. During the game, just kind of seeing how things are going. And then I just felt that, in my mind, just kind of seeing how it's playing. And I think it's best for everyone.
Is that for you a body language thing, or is that like a results thing that you're seeing?
Definitely not results. It's a little bit more body language and just kind of watching the player.
That's like a mental break on the offensive side.
So yeah, I think regardless, it's still a big toll. In any way that, and we've certainly enjoyed the fruits of him doing it, which he will continue to at times. But I think for me, it's a start by start kind of read and react situation.
Dave, I know we talked about it yesterday, and even, of course, you guys getting back in the win column, but it's feeling like the offense just wasn't there quite yet. Today, 13 hits, 8 runs. Did it feel like this team is just kind of getting back to whether it's true self or just the offense that we're so used to seeing?
I think so. Tonight was a good night. Obviously Will had a good night. Alex had a really good night. I thought Freddie got some big 2-out hits. And we just kept tacking on, which is good. I thought after that first inning, Yoshinobu settled down. But yeah, I think tonight the offense was the story, and it was good to see us look a little bit more normal.
You get it just up and down the order. I mean, having a guy like Alex Freeland having a 3-hit night, his second home run on the season. I mean, what does it do just when truly everyone is getting going?
Yeah, it's good. We haven't had that in quite some time. And so, yeah, it just kind of speaks to how good we can be. But I do think that tonight was a really good night for Alex. He's been kind of going through it for a while now. And so to get some results, hit that homer that he hadn't hit in probably a month ago, so to get that backside homer was good. But yeah, I think that the pitching has been consistent, and it's just nice to see our offense come out and, take a lead, give it back up, and then take a lead again and not give it back up. So across the board, I got no complaints with the offense.
The other side is having the issues with pitching injuries that they're having. Is there something meaningful to like doing what you're supposed to do against a group like that?
Yeah, it is. And, even in that first inning where we, first 2 guys get out and then we find a way to get a run across with 2 outs, that was good to see. It's still hard to win a big league game, score runs, and, regardless of what those guys are going through on the pitching side, for us to kind of, put that out of our minds and be present in the game that's in front of us is important. And that's what we did tonight. And hopefully, we got Lambert, who we've seen before. We got some history with him. So we can kind of build on what we did tonight and, go out there and win a series tomorrow.
以上、今回もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。別の動画でもお会いできるのを楽しみにしております。